Hi there, welcome again. My name is Arike. This is another reaction video and I'm going to be reacting to something the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy said. He said that Nigerians without NIN risk being sent to imprisonment for 7 to 14 years. How? How is that even possible? How? I mean, like, logically, according to the law, how is that even possible? And so I'm going to be telling you what exactly the law permits, and what NIN is, how you can register, what it is used for, and major things that you need to know about NIN. So what is NIN? NIN is National Identification Number, and it's almost similar to like the Social Security number in the US and in other civilized countries. And so what's the use of this NIN? So firstly, to be able to ascertain the number of people in Nigeria, unlike if you are trying to do the whole population census thing that might not be accurate, an NIN would give you an accurate figure of the number of people in Nigeria. Be able to identify every citizen, be able to authenticate every citizen in Nigeria. So that's the use of it basically. So now there is actually an act that governs this national identification number. It's funny how people really do not know about it because we've never taken NIN seriously. The act is called National Identity Management Commission Act of 2007. This act has been in existence since 2007. So what does this act even provide? Does the act say that you can actually go to imprisonment for 7 to 14 years if you do not register? No, it doesn't say that. Now, so firstly, you must note that if you're a citizen of Nigeria, it is mandatory for you to register. You need to register for your national identification number. And also, if you lawfully reside in Nigeria, even if you're not a citizen of Nigeria for about a period of 2 years and above, you are meant to also register for that NIN. So what does National Identity Management Commission Act even provide? So the Section 27 provides that the NIN will be issued to individuals and they will be used for the following transactions. So when they issue an NIN, the number, you're meant to use it for these transactions. For instance, you're supposed to use it when you want to request and they want to issue you a passport. You're supposed to use it when you want to open an account. You're supposed to use it for your voter's registration. You're supposed to use it for your pension. You're supposed to use it for almost every transaction that goes on even as a Nigerian. But however, we have not been using it, and that's where the problem is. That's why the government now is trying to enforce and ensure that everybody registers for the NIN. So now Section 29 provides for the punishment or for the penalty. And the penalty is that any person who carries out or permits the carrying out of any transaction, all that transaction I mentioned before, voter's registration, pension, payment of your taxes, opening of bank accounts. If you try to carry out any of these transactions or anybody permits you to carry out those transactions without your NIN, the punishment is either, if you're an individual, a fine of 50,000 naira. I know a lot of people have not heard this. So if you're an individual, a fine of 50,000 naira or imprisonment for a term not less than 6 months, or fine and imprisonment not less than 6 months. And in the case where it's a body corporate, a company, you'll be if found guilty, you'll be liable to a fine of 1 million naira. So this act clearly states that there is nothing that pertains to 7 to 14 years imprisonment. So in case you've been panicking or you've been shaking that, oh, you've not registered, because that's the problem that a lot of people have had. They try to register and they get there, the place is crowded, it's stuffy, and with all the COVID protocols and restrictions, you don't want to be in a crowded place like that. So calm down, just relax. If you have not registered for your NIN, you do not in any way are going to be sentenced to imprisonment for 7 to 14 years. It is not possible. It is against the act. It is not written, it is not stated, and it cannot be found anywhere. So just relax. So know first that it's mandatory, so you should apply. Don't say you have coconut head and say that, oh, well, I will not apply since I will not go to I will not be asked to go to imprisonment for 7 to 14 years. Now, the law already provides that when you want to carry out all those transactions I mentioned, if you do not have your NIN, you might actually face the wrath of the law. And you might want to say, oh, but I've been doing everything without the NIN number, so what's the problem now? The government now wants to enforce this, and I don't think you want to be left behind or left out in what the government is trying to do. So if they are saying that they want to enforce this so that you can carry out all those transactions, it's important that you do it. You don't want 2023 to come now and you need to vote for somebody and they say that, oh, you will not even be allowed to register for a voter's card because you don't have NIN, or you cannot open an account because you don't have NIN. So it's best for you that you just get it done and then, do away with all the whether fine or imprisonment or all that problem. Just make sure that, it's mandatory. So you can either go to, I know that telecommunications are now like letting you, register for your NIN. I think you just press a code, either whether you're using MTN, Globalcom, Airtel, or any network, and then you can get your NIN number. Or some other companies actually bring, like staff from National Identity Management to be able to register their staff. Just make sure you get it done. Don't wait until when the government now makes it very stiff or very hard before you register. Funny enough, now the registration has been extended to May 6th. So you still have quite, some time, like a month for you to register for it. Lastly, before I round up, the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy later on said that he did not mean or he did not make that statement about 7 to 14 years imprisonment. He said what he was trying to say was that the National Identity Management Commission Act has been in existence for 14 years because, it was enacted in 2007 and we're in 2021. So he was trying to say that the act has been in existence for 14 years. Whether or not that's what he was saying, whether or not he made a mistake, whether or not he said it and that he didn't mean it, you cannot go to imprisonment for 7 to 14 years because you've not registered for your NIN. You will not just be able to carry out a transaction if you've not registered. And if you attempt to carry out the transaction, you will either go to imprisonment for not less than 6 months or be asked to pay a fine of 50,000 naira if you're an individual or 1 million naira if you're a body corporate. So hey guys, make sure you register for your NIN. Onide, unnecessary. Thank you very much for watching today's reaction video. Like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Bye. See you later.